So I thought, right, why don't I start now whilst I'm still playing? I know I've got like 2 years left until I retire. Why don't I start a YouTube channel where I can incorporate a bit of the football and then incorporate a bit of the cycling, and then afterwards I've got the base already and I can sort of crack on from there. So anyway, I came up with this idea of the cycling GK. But it must have been, honestly, the week before we were due to launch with the few videos that we had. I said, why don't I just stick a GoPro in my goal whilst I'm actually playing? It would literally, it's like it just came to me one day. And everybody was like, no, you can't do that. Come on, that's like, you're taking the mick kind of thing. I was like, no, I don't see what the difference is. Do you know what I mean? There's no fans. They would buzz off it. It's no different to there being loads of cameras on me anyway. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to try it anyway. Sod it, I'm going to try it. And that's it. It kind of just all went from there. Yeah, it was fully looking for, basically at life after football. Like I say, I love my cycling, and I've got so many ideas of what I want to do when I finish football and start doing a lot more cycling. Because, like, for me, I'm not ever trying to be a professional cyclist. I'm nowhere near good enough or fit enough or strong enough to be a professional cyclist. But I love cycling. I literally love it. Like, I go on cycling holidays every year for 4 or 5 days with my mates, and it's not just sort of you collapse on the sun lounger and I want a beer. I want 2 beers. I want 3 beers. I want a burger. Do you know what I mean? It's that. That's what I buzz off so much. Right. So as a goalie, you honestly don't expect to save a penalty. If you've ever took a penalty, probably it gets in your head a little bit, but you should score a penalty. Like, you know what I mean? You should score a penalty. It's as simple as that. You know, what are you, 12 yards out, and professional footballers can hit it hard enough that even if you go the right way and it's in the corner, it's a goal. So you're not expected to save it, but there's loads of little tricks and stuff you can do to try and just gain that little bit of advantage, just try and get in their head a little bit, if that makes sense. So we always watch the videos before the game. We'll always watch the penalty takers of the player that normally takes the penalty. We'll watch his previous kind of 7, 8, 9, 10 penalties, whatever it is. And you just, like, as what I do anyway, as an experienced goalie, I will try and just pick up a few tells or a few clues of, so if he puts it to the right, example, he might do a certain little jig or a certain little shuffle or something that just gives that away. Do you know what I mean? And he actually, the Blackburn one was a prime example. He did this little shuffle, and he went to my left in the game, and on the videos he put 6 to the right and 6 to the left. 2 to the left, and the 2 that he put to the left, he did this little like jig, this little shuffle, and then moved into the penalty. And as soon as he did it, right, I saw him do it, and I thought, well, you're going to my left here. So I thought, sod it, I'm going to my left. Even though the majority of his penalties had been to the other side, I thought, no, I'm going to go with my instincts here. So I did it, and thankfully it was a lovely height for me and to save it. But yeah, no, as a goalie, mate, I don't think you can lose, honestly. I don't think you can lose as a goalkeeper when it comes to penalties. Like I say, you're not expecting to save them. And if you do, don't get me wrong, it's wicked. It's what a feeling. Like, it's proper, you've helped your mates out, if that makes sense. It's not for yourself. Like, for me, it's never ever for myself. It's always like, oh, buzzing, lad. At the moment, I would love to put one in Ederson's for Man City, just because, honestly, having played against him and seen him and stuff up close, he genuinely looks like he does not give a shit about what happens. He doesn't care, honestly. Like, I've seen him Cruyff turn somebody 2 yards out before. Like, the ball got played back to him, and he Cruyffed somebody 2 yards out from his own goal. And I'm thinking, you don't care, you don't give a shit. Like, it's wicked. And that kind of mentality, though, is worth its weight in gold when you're a goalkeeper, honestly, to not care about what people are saying and whatever. So yeah, the current day, I think I'd love to stick with in Ederson's, but I think just to hear Peter Schmeichel's vocals and hear him coming after people and roasting people like you wouldn't believe, roasting Gary Neville, just to hear him putting Gary Neville down all the time would be amazing. Yeah, that's a very good one. There's probably a few moments actually. First of all, Paul Robinson when he scored from about 80 yards. I would love to see some GoPro footage of that. That would be world class. I'd have the I'd like to have my England World Cup GoPro. That would be incredible. We played against Costa Rica 0-0. Not a lot of action, but sod it. It'd still be a good souvenir to show the kids. Maybe a GoPro in the goal for when I saved Steven Gerrard's penalty away at Liverpool at the Cop End. That would be a pretty sweet video. You get plenty of hits off that. Steven Gerrard penalty. You get hits all over the place.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.